What's up, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving back into a special beer review. Brand new, at least for Michigan distribution, I think for most of the country. I don't know how far this will reach. It is Founders Brewing Company out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Infamous stuff, but we have KBS today. Not just any KBS. We have the Chocolate Espresso, brand spanking new, guys. Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels, of course a KBS variant, clocking in at 12% ABV. Bottled on 5/30/24, a little bit surprising, but it's a stout, it's bourbon barrel aged. I'm not mad about it. Almost 2 months old, time of recording. It's getting there. It's July 24th, time of recording. So on the back, guys, we have 4 decades. Chocolate, coffee, and bourbon barrels have been creating delicious masterpieces. Immerse yourself with KBS Chocolate Espresso, our latest creation, highlighting our favorite ingredients that have set the barrel aging standard. The symphony of rich chocolate and bold espresso flavors harmonize with notes of oak and a touch of vanilla for unrivaled sensory experience. So I'm really excited to have this, guys, because I do love fresh KBS. I do. That's the facts. I've been reviewing a lot of beers that have been aged for 4 or 5 years, KBS variants even, and I didn't like them. They degraded. They didn't taste good. So today I'm going the other direction, brand new. I'm going to review it for you guys, and it's fresh. So I'm getting this to the full potential it's going to get, unless you want to age it a little bit. But I do recommend in the fridge. That's just my opinion. Other people have different opinions on that, but I prefer my bourbon barrel aged beer fresh. So let's see what we're working with. This is going to be like $23 probably. You're not going to find it much cheaper, unfortunately, for a 4-pack. So that's what you're working with these days. And let's get into this. Literally just came around today. So I love chocolate, right? I freaking love espresso. Like, I'm a coffee junkie. If there's something I love more than beer, it's coffee and it's espresso. I can drink tons and tons of black, rich, dark coffee. It's just my style, guys. So indeed, gold cap. The typical. And I haven't seen KBS variants in a bit, so it's nice to see this. I've seen like blueberry, but nothing out of the ordinary in a while, so it's good to see this back in the rotation. So let's get a pour, guys. And it is a little bit cold still, so that's another disclaimer. I pour my stouts with a slight chill on them now. I don't like them completely warm. Time and place, but today it's still got a nice little chill to it. So pretty thin as I poured it. It's that brown black mixture, not quite to the oil level. It's not like it's a Bourbon County brand stout. It's not like that. These tend to be thinner, it seems, in recent years, in recent memory. Maybe they were dense and thick at one time, but not so much these days. But it looks good. It's still got that nice charred brown caramel hue to it, and it is a denser, pretty creamy head, actually sitting over the top at 12%. And look at that lacing. Look at this, guys. Looks beauty. Looks beautiful. So that dark charred brown in that mixture above the dark cola in the glass. A little bit of oil, and a little bit of midnight oil in there. Maybe a touch darker than others in recent memory as well. So, guys, I love these ingredients. I really do. Let's get a nose on this thing. And look at that. No head dissipation. Still going. Yes. Yes. It's desserty, but still roasty. Get a little bit of that barrel underneath, even with a chill on it. Smells kind of woody. A little bit oaky. Roasted, rich molasses. Kind of an earthy, like, soily coffee. I don't know if I think the espresso is very fierce on this. Off the first impression, it is obviously still cold somewhat, so it's not perfectly cold, but it's definitely still got a nice chill to it. Again, like I was saying, espresso not so like fiercely dominant, but it's in there. Again, rich roasted malts. Chocolate, semi-sweet, maybe a touch of like vanilla, a little bit of milk chocolate, but not like super dark, rich like coffee and really super dark chocolatey notes. I think it might be even just still too cool on this. Yeah, I don't know. A little bit of ganache, like a little chocolatey caramel ganache in there too. So it smells good. It's not like the most crazy dessert smelling, but it is still a rich roasty beer at the end of the day. KBS does that very well. And let's hope it sticks to it, guys. KBS Chocolate Espresso. Let's go in for the cheers. Cheers, Founders. Let's go. Oakier than I thought. Chocolate, subdued. Not super rich. This is certainly a dry beer. It's a dry KBS, no doubt. I'm surprised at the bourbon levels on this. Like, I feel like it's maybe a heavier bourbon than I remember on KBS. Like, I feel like it was more subtle. Like, these aren't aged for so long. I mean, what is it, a year? I don't know. But there is quite a bit of that oaky cocoa. You know, there's a little bit of cacao powder, whatever. I always say cocoa. You guys say cacao. It's in there, but it's certainly a dry beer. Like, there is no decadent sweetness to this beer. And I don't know if I was ready for that. It's just kind of confusing. But the nose was not that desserty either. Espresso. I want more of it. It seems like an afterthought. It seems like the espresso's last on the list. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this beer. I feel like it maybe is missing the mark. I don't know. I want more chocolate. And I want a little bit more rich espresso notes. Like, it's a very roasty, dry beer. It's not very pleasant if you're looking for a desserty stout. The chocolate comes up short, in my opinion, and again, maybe too cold. But on the back end, bone dry. My palate is bone dry, guys. I don't know how I feel about this, and I love roasted, rich stouts that are dry, and this is bone dry. Could my taste buds be deceiving me? It just seems like it's missing the mark, guys. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's the KBS, but I'm not getting the chocolate, and I'm not getting enough espresso notes. I'm just getting this really bitter roasted molasses and this really charred, woody oakiness that comes in strong on the back end. Is it me or is it KBS? I don't know. I don't know. It's coming as it saturates. I will say, the espresso is a little underwhelming for me, but I am an absolute coffee junkie. The chocolate, it's saturating a little bit. It's setting in. There's a touch of vanilla. There is a touch of cocoa. And again, I just think it comes up a touch short. I want a little bit more of it. And that's just my honest opinion, guys. Is it good? Yes. But it's a little short for me. It comes up just a little bit short at the end of the day. Maybe a little bit more than just a little short. Underwhelming. I want something more. I want something a little bit more decadent and a little bit more complex. So at the end of the day, guys, this is like a 3.85 out of 5 for me because I've had better stouts with a little bit more decadent flavor. So that's where I stand today, guys. KBS Chocolate Espresso came up short for me. That's just the brutal honesty. If you're going to pour beer, guys, pour Michigan beer.